Hey, welcome back. When you last joined us, we were hard at work, making preparations on the land to receive the shipping containers that Lana's going to use for her business. We received help from our friends and from Pedro, our amazing neighbour. 2 shipping containers arrived from Nordic shipping containers that will, at a later date, be converted into a workspace and a business premises for Lana's new venture.
That was so stressful. Can we go to bed now?
Once the containers were in place, we set about attempting to level them.
Things shit me into.
So all in all, this had been a lot of hard work, but it was so good to see the containers sitting in their new home. We took a break from all the hard work on the land, and we went to go and visit our friends who live in the Gardunha Mountains. You remember them, Praj, Mike, and Carly. They stay in the beautiful area of Casal de Serra. Obviously, being so high up here in the mountains, the views are spectacular. And on the horizon there, that's actually Spain that you can see. So after returning home, after taking some well-deserved time out, it's time to get back to work. There's still so much that needs to be done. So quite a bit's happened over the last few days that we've not actually recorded. One of the things being we've got some new containers. Well, they're not new, but they're good second-hand containers for water storage. Pedro came and dropped them off for us yesterday, and we're going to site them over that away somewhere. Run out a hose, as you can see here. And set up a little sprinkler system, which we've been using. Quite a big pipe, one of those big irrigation pipes runs over down into Pedro's land, and he's hooked us up onto his water. Very nice. So put some seed conditioning pellets so we can prepare the soil to get the grass seed down. And now I'm just going to roll a cylinder up and down to try and flatten the land a bit, give it, make it a bit more compact. Ground's a bit wet now, so it's a good time to do it. So all the work around this area now has been pretty much completed. It's just a case of conditioning the soil and planting seeds and waiting for the grass to grow.
So after a good night of rain, the first proper rain since we've been here, we've decided to tackle this today and see what it reveals. Well, quite a bit of bramble clearing. Because I want to work my way into here Because in there, I believe, is our water line. Oopsie. It's not running. We have seen water come out of it in the winter months. So this is something we'd like to open up and see what's going on. But in order to do that, I have got all of this to contend with. But it's a beautiful day. It's not too hot. The risk of fire is very low. I think we're actually on the green on the up today, which is great. Perfect for what I need to do today.
So this area of land that Lana's working on at the moment is a series of terraces. They're really wide and run all the way up the hill. Perfect area for growing all sorts on. It's a lot of hard work clearing it with a strimmer though. So we're definitely going to have to invest in something more suitable and practical to do this job in the future. This is an area that's intrigued us for, well, since we knew that it existed. We knew when we bought the property that it came with a water mine, but this is all new to us. We had no idea what to expect, and so we were really curious.
I want to open this up. Come back and cut the broom. Cut some of this back. All of this is dead wood under here. So, got to clear all of that first. And continue fighting with the brambles.
So that's what happened. Lana had a fight with the brambles, and on this occasion, Lana won.
So I just need to get up on the hill, remove that from there. But already it's looking a little bit more penetrable. Water is definitely coming back. I'll come through and remove all this debris in a minute. Well guys, I've never been down here, so we're going to do it together. Just bear with me because it's a bit treacherous. Them brambles. Alright, here we go. Oh wow. Ooh. Oh. Don't touch that, Lana. You got to be careful with this. It appears as if we have a cave. I need a braver person to go in there than me. That's for sure. I don't have a light. But look at that. Look at these little babies. Nice environment for them down here. But yeah, this is very strange. Wow. I mean, it's quite a ways up to there, isn't it? Well, it's taller than me. Wow. A cave. Right. Remember, don't touch those rocks, because you've just dislodged them, girl. Okay, very carefully and gently. Ow, ow, ow. Looks like we've had a bit of a landslide here as well. I wonder if all of this is broken away. I wonder if all these rocks broken away from here. Or possibly, look, that's been sliding, cracking. All of this looks like it's cracked from the side. See there? And there he is.
Victoria.
Babe, we have a cave.
Cave.
Have you been all the way back?
I looked at it from the top.
Ho ho ho!
I looked down and I thought, yeah, that's big.
Babe,
Babe.
you need to come and look, see.
Let's get over this wall.
Let me give you a hand. I got you, my love. I got you.
There's water in the well.
Is there?
Water in the well again.
Little critters will be happy, won't they?
Signs of deer everywhere. walk with your head down. You just see prints.
Yeah, but that could have been the goats. Because the goats came on the property this morning.
Very true. Very true.
No, but you must go.
I'm going.
Go, baby, go.
Yeah.
Needs a braver person than I am to get in there, love.
Huh?
Needs a braver person than I am to get in there.
Who knows what lurks in here?
But it could be a troll. I'm just glad he didn't come out when I was here by myself. I know.
Need a torch.
Definitely need a torch in there.
Phone?
I actually do.
I haven't got mine. Put some lights up there.
Don't take the people with you.
Come on, people. So yeah, we've got a cave. Small cave. He lives in a cave like this.
Need a brighter torch.
Oh yeah, definitely. Interesting.
Exciting to still be finding little treasures and splinters. Babe, babe.
Obviously wanting to take a better look, I returned with a proper torch. Oh. Okay, back cave. And obviously disturbed some sleeping bats. I don't know who got the biggest surprise. Obviously I couldn't go in there now, knowing that bats had been in there, and there could be all sorts of weird bacteria. But we told our friends about our discovery, and excited by what we'd found, they became increasingly curious too. So the following day they popped around to take a look for themselves.
Guys,
Yeah?
the slides are very unstable. What you grabbed? Might be where they buried all the bones.
You want to take this in with your brush? Aha. Look at that drop. Yeah. Well, there's dampness here. There's a little trickle coming in.
And still, there's water underneath us, bro.
Yeah.
It's just if we get rid of these roots, dig back.
Yeah, we want to clear. We want to clear down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that could probably go back a bit more as well, I would think.
Down and back. Yeah. Just these roots are sucking it up, bro.
Yeah. It's one thing looking at this cave from the outside, shining a torch in. But when you actually step inside it, like Proj did here, it poses so many questions. Like, how old is this cave? When was it built? Who built it? How did they build this? Was it done by hand? I can only assume it must have been. You can only have respect for these people. It just shows how connected they were to the land. They knew it so well. It must have been such a mammoth task to create this water mine. And it makes you wonder just what this land looked like back in the day, when all this was new and operational. Obviously, we'll do our best to try and restore the land and restore this mine back to how it was in honor of and in respect for these people. We received a visit from our amazing friends from the UK, Mark and Zoe. Unfortunately, their vehicle broke down just on the border of Spain and Portugal, which is about a 40-minute drive away from us. And so we called on Pedro again for help. He knows people in the area and he was able to organise a recovery vehicle. But Mark's a mechanic and he was able to diagnose and repair the vehicle himself. It wasn't a difficult repair, it was just a case of finding the right part and swapping it out. But at least the vehicle got them to Portugal, even if it was just to the border. Mark and Zoe, they were really keen to help out as much as they could while they visited us. They worked really enthusiastically on areas of the land, on the terraces, utilising the chainsaws and strimmers, and they really did do their best to make as much of an impact as possible. And we were also joined by Pedro too. He popped over to pay us a visit, see how we were getting on, and he couldn't resist getting stuck in himself. We really are so blessed to have such amazing friends. Mark and Zoe were only here for a week, and they worked so hard for the time that they were here. But it just goes to show how much can be achieved in such a small amount of time when everybody's working together as a team. Mark and Zoe brought Lana a new saw that she'd ordered from the UK, so this was the first time that she was putting it to the test.
I just want to document your love for my new saw, that's all. And mind how I said it was my new saw.
That's debatable.
What's not debatable is it's sexy. I like it a lot. You can play with a few more there. Just do one more little one and then let Marky have a play with Makita because still has died on us.
Don't know. Think about it. Thing is though, are you a Makita girl or are you a Milwaukee girl?
Oh, oh, ouch,
Because now
ouch,
you've got a new passion here.
Don't even go there. That is still mine, even though I'm a Milwaukee girl. That Makita baby is mine.
What would Milwaukee say though? Huh? What would Milwaukee have
Well,
to say?
I would have to say to Milwaukee, if you can improve upon Makita with your chainsaw, then I would have bought.
You've not tried the other one, have you?
No, but I did plenty of reviews, and besides, Chris told me his has lasted years, so I'm listening to Chris. Marky, if you're very nice, you get to play with Makita.
Not just anybody can play with. Not just anyone has that privilege. You have to prize it away from me.
Now he's telling me that I'm a true Milwaukee girl if I've got a Makita.
See, this is it now. This is it. This raises questions.
You're only saying that because you want it.
Easy peasy.
That's true.
Timber!
Yeah, baby.
Sweet, isn't it?
It's nice, isn't it? It helps he's got a bloody sharp blade.
Yeah, mate, that's what I said.
It's harder than you think, this is.
It is. Well, tough, isn't it? See the whole ground vibrating.
Yeah. Roots protesting.
Yeah.
That's a big pile of wood.
It's big wood.
Big
Oh,
wood,
not take
big
the wrong
wood.
end.
It was amazing to see the transformation that had taken place in such a small amount of time. Mark and Zoe had worked so hard on this project, and we really can't thank them enough for all their effort. And of course to Pedro too, for all his continued support. Thanks so much for joining us, taking the time to watch this video. Hit like if you've enjoyed it, consider subscribing if you haven't already. And it's always amazing to hear from you in the comments. We really enjoy interacting with you. And a really big, huge thanks to those who've supported us by buying us a coffee. It really does mean the world to us. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. We love you all, and we'll see you next Saturday.